Hello, welcome to today's video. I am pretty excited because we have faster internet, so hopefully this video will upload a lot faster. But today we're going to do a cooking video and we have some friends over for lunch tomorrow, so I wanted to prep some stuff for that, and I also want to make dinner tonight, and it's about 1:30 and I'm going to do some slow cooker pork chop soup with noodles, egg noodles, and I've got some frozen wontons from Aldi. So we'll have the wontons and the pork in the soup for dinner with noodles. So I'm going to do that, and first I'm going to get started on desserts for tomorrow. We're having them over for lunch, so 2 desserts is necessary, right? Anyway, I have a lot of eggs to use up, so I want to make a batch of creme caramel and some pandan mochi waffles with the recipe I haven't used before. Creme caramel I've made heaps of times, and tomorrow we're just going to have a barbecue lunch, so we're probably going to put some sausages with some white bread. We'll get some chicken wings. I'm just going to marinate them with some all-purpose seasoning that we got from Costco. You can get it from any supermarket here. And then we'll have 2 side salads, a potato salad and a leafy greeny salad. And hubby has made a balsamic vinaigrette dressing, which should be really tasty. And that's planned for today. I am looking forward to cooking with you. The kitchen is a mess from lunch, but I think I will sort of cook and clean at the same time because I just gotta get the ball rolling, right? So yeah, so first I'm going to put together the caramel for the creme caramel. And also in the video I am going to try to put prices in for the recipes. Not sure if I'm going to do per serve. I'm definitely going to try to keep a track of the ingredients I'm using and how much, and sort of put roughly the cost of each. We do shop at Coles and Aldi here. Aldi is probably the cheaper of those supermarkets, and we do a bit of shopping at Costco as well. But I thought it'd be interesting to see how much it costs to cook compared to how much it would cost to like get takeaway or eat in if we're entertaining, especially. And yeah, that's what I really wanted to know, and I think you might want to know too, because you know, cost of living, inflation, etc. Probably hear the kids in the background, but that is life. Anyway, let's get started on the caramel. So it's a bit of a mess around here, but we will work around it and also try to clean up as we go. But I'm going to start with caramel, as I said. It says 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm just using regular white sugar, which is pretty much 200 grams. Nice round numbers, we like those. Oh, I did. I always do this. It's a 1/3 cup. And we need 3/4 cup. And so that's about 2/3. Bit of moisture in there. Let's shake that out. So that would have been a cup. About 150 grams of sugar. Let's call it that. Yeah. Who says baking is exact, right? All right. Good start. 1 cup of water. And now this is just gonna go on the stove. Oop, did not clean this very well. There's a bit of spring onion in here. This is real life, folks. This is real life. I think the power just came back on. That's why you might have heard some beeps and noises. Anyway, putting this on the stove. So that just needs a low heat first. Low heat or medium-ish heat until the sugar dissolves, and then high heat until we get that nice caramel color. And once we get that caramel color, we are going to, putting the sugar away, pour it into the pan. I'm just going to use a big cake pan today. It's going to be nice and simple. It's going to be great. I've got a baking pan here. I've got a tea towel. You need to put it in, we're cooking it in a bain-marie style, I think it's called, in the oven. So we're going to put the cake pan in here, and when we go to bake it in the oven, we will boil some water, pour some in, put the whole thing into the oven and bake it. I think it's about half an hour, maybe a bit more because we're doing it in one and not the little miniature ramekins. So probably about 45 to an hour we'll bake it. We'll see, I'll let you know how it goes. If you're doing it at home, use like a pan that is all sealed, not a springform one because it might leak because of the liquidiness, and you probably don't want to do like a hot caramel in something that would leak either. So this is where I'm going to put the pan, and we'll pour in the caramel when it's ready. And while that is caramelizing, I am going to cook the custard. We are kind of minimal on the amount of pots and pans we have in the house, so the next size, because I'm using the smallest at the moment, the next size up is this big one, but that should be okay. We'll make it work. Now in here we are putting in the thickened cream, 300 milliliters, which is one whole pot of this thickened cream. I think we picked this up from Coles. No, it's like farmed out, which is Aldi. And then we're going to do 1.5 cups of milk in here too. I'm just going to hold this thickened cream because you can get quite a bit out of it, I think, if you just let it sit upside down for a little bit. So I'm going to do this two-handed. But what did I say? 1.5 cups of milk. And then that goes in here too, and then just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I can use the 1 cup measure over here. Look at this, two-handed. This needs 1.5 cups of milk. 250 plus 125, about 375 mils of milk. However much that is. Okay, I think we're done with this cream. And one teaspoon, maybe a little bit more than 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but vanilla is what gives it the flavour as well. So, does it matter what I use? Probably not. I'm just going to use this heat-proof spatula to stir it. And I can set that aside until we are ready to heat it up to add to the eggs and the remaining sugar. Remaining 1/2 cup of sugar I need, probably. Yes. Oopsies. This is why I need to wear an apron. I'm going to put on an apron.
Can I make please?
Yep. Okay, so it's a bit hot, but you can see the caramel is done. Really try to keep a close eye on it when it starts to change colour, because it happens really fast and you don't want it to burn, but you do want it to get like a nice colour. So once you sort of start smelling a little bit, smelling a bit of the burntness of the caramel, that's when you sort of want to swill it a bit and make sure the colour's even and take it off the heat, because it will go a little bit more dark when you pour it in because it's still very hot. Just be very careful if it's the first time you're doing it. I recommend wearing probably some oven mitts so you don't burn anything. We don't want that. So now the caramel is done. I've just put the milk and the cream on the stove, and my little one has kindly whisked up the 6 eggs for me in here. I'll add 1/2 cup of sugar to this. Also, you don't want to add in, wow, there's a lot of technicalities when you're making cream caramel, but this is how I do it. So you don't want to add in the sugar too soon, because it can make the eggs go funny, because the sugar can cook the egg whites, I believe, or set them or something. It does something to them that you don't want. So the remaining 1/2 cup of sugar goes in here. And we're just going to wait for the cream to get a little bit bubbly, a little bit hot, a little bit simmery. And we're going to pour it in to the eggs once that happens. And then we can bake it all, pour the mixture into the tin, bake it all up. Hopefully this is big enough. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put in as much as I can and then tip it back into the pot if I need to. So what we're going to do is, as I said, we're going to boil the water, put the tin into the oven with the creme caramel, pour some water up to halfway, bake it for about 45 minutes to an hour at, I think it's about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or, yep, nope, it's lower, so probably about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees fan forced, so low and slow. Just whisked that in. So while we wait for that to come to a boil, I thought I would just get started on dinner for tonight, slow cooking dinner. So I have my slow cooker here. You probably can't see it. Probably can't see it, hey? Here is my slow cooker. I'm going to put 2 star anise in. This is for the pork soup we're making. Usually we marinate pork chops and cook them like on the barbie or roast them or something, but I also have some noodles in the fridge we wanted to use up, so I've got about 4 cloves of garlic here that I'm just mincing roughly, and the rest of the red onion we had some red onion for lunch, so that's going in along with the 2 star anise. Give it some extra flavour. I'm doing a shortcut, so I didn't make any chicken stock. I'm just going to put in this chicken bouillon powder, about a teaspoon, and then about a teaspoon of this dashi powder as well. There we go. And then I'm going to add in the pork chops. So pork loin chops. Usually they come in just a 2-pack, but I found a 3-pack. It doesn't really matter today because we're going to probably be chopping it up anyway. But this is $17 a kilo and this is $8.34. But it's nice that it has a bone because I always feel like when you put bones into a soup, it adds extra flavour. So that's going to go in there. I'm going to top the whole thing up with water and then put it on a slow cook for about 3 hours. Slow cook high temp for 3 hours and then we can check it. Ooh, gotta check my cream. Nothing's happening. Cool. So yeah, just gonna put about maybe 6 cups of water in here. Maybe up to 8, 6 to 8 cups. 6 to 8 cup line, so probably about 6 cups in there. Gonna wait for that to come to a simmer, strain it, pour it into the eggs, strain the whole mixture into the pan, and then chuck it in the oven in a bain-marie. So yeah, eggs are going a little bit funny with the sugar in there. That's okay, just give it a mix. Let me put the heat up on this. But yes, I will meet you back here soon. Okay, so seeing as dinner is my priority today, I am going to go ahead and blanch this bok choy, cut it up into pieces and blanch it in some boiling water just for a minute, and then I'm gonna put them into the bowls for us to eat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blanch the egg noodles as well. I've just got these egg noodles, they're the thin kind that we like eating. I like eating the thick kind too, actually. But anyway, I'm gonna blanch these and put them into bowls ready to serve the soup on when it's ready, so that my future self will thank me. Fingers crossed. I'll try not to overcook these. I will rinse them in cold water once it's done before I put it into the bowl so it doesn't overcook too much. But yes, gonna cook the bok choy in first so that I can fish it out and then reuse the water for the noodles afterwards. I might have to add some more water too, actually, because it gets a bit starchy when you cook a few batches of noodles in there. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've also got 4 eggs on the boil behind me. I'm just going to hard boil them for the potato salad for tomorrow as well. But yes, let's do that. Ooh, so the last thing I wanted to make was the pandan waffles, but the mixture anyway, and cook them off tomorrow, but I can't find the pandan extract. That's okay, I'm gonna make the mixture anyway, and then tomorrow morning we can walk out and go get the pandan extract and just add it in. Because I really want to make these waffles because they look amazing. So they're the pandan mochi waffles by Hungry Hui on his blog. And I just got a new waffle maker and I'm so excited to try these. I've actually been finding it pretty hard to get the hang of making crispy waffles. I find that the ones that I've made, the last batch were sourdough waffles. They don't get crispy straight away. They only get crispy after you cool them down and then toast them again. So I'm hoping that these will be ace because they're also dairy free. But yes, I'm going to read this recipe really quickly. I'm pretty sure I just add all the ingredients in. Yes. And I shouldn't overmix it, it says. And then I can let it rest. So I can put it in the oven, in the fridge overnight. And we can make it tomorrow. The only thing I will get is probably another bowl so that I can put the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients in separately. But yeah, other than that, I just need to add half a cup of water. Cool. Let's measure out the dry ingredients first. Okay, so I've just got the instructions in front of me. I need some scissors, top drawer, and I really hope these are good. Always good to do one recipe you know is tried and true and do one recipe which is a bit of an experiment because life's too short, right? So this is tapioca starch. I probably made this hole too small. I always do that. Let's just make that bigger because I need about half this bag. 285 grams. You just got to be careful with these starches because they all look very similar. But they're different colours, so that helps. So this tapioca starch here that I bought at Coles too, which is handy. It's nice and convenient. So about, I'm not doing a very good job measuring today, am I? What's happening here? Okay. 285. My screen keeps turning off, which is not ideal. But what is ideal is I have a chip clip handy to close this. I am just trying to get things done a little bit faster before everybody gets home. from the shops. We have 73 grams of rice flour. Note it is not glutinous rice flour, but just plain rice flour, even though we're making mochi waffles. Part of the reason why I'm making these is because I have this bag in my pantry that I need to use up, and clearly this is not doing it, but that's okay. We can make another batch another day, zero it out, do 75 grams of plain flour. Oop, not too much, 73, close enough. Sugar, 200 grams. Lots of sugar, that's what we like in our desserts. Man, I wonder if I must have run out of pandan and forgotten. I haven't done a pandan dessert in a long time. And 10 grams of, what's in my shot? 10 grams. Seems like a lot. Ooh, no, zero it out again. That is 9 grams, about 10 grams. 1 gram of salt. I don't know, 1 gram. And we'll mix this together. I am going to have to, oh, it's a lot. How many waffles does this make? This makes 8 waffles. That's a lot. Okay. Anyway, 3 large eggs. 1 can of coconut cream. It says 13.5 fluid ounces, which is 400 mils, which is 1 can of coconut cream. But I have coconut milk. Oh well, coconut milk it is. And do I add the cooking oil in with this too? Just 1 tablespoon. Oh, and I need half a cup of water too. Yep. Oil goes in. So 1 tablespoon of oil. 1 tablespoon. That is probably about 1 tablespoon. Whew. Okay. It's always fun to cook for people you love and your friends and family. And I will be curious to know how much all of this costs. 1 clean whisk. I don't think it would deter us from cooking for our friends if it ends up being a lot, but like I would prefer to do this over getting takeaway. But hopefully it's cheaper than getting takeaway for everyone, like pizza or something. Ooh, pizza night would be fun with our friends too. But yeah, it's a bit lumpy, so I'm just gonna whisk it all together. And you can't see because the salt is in the way. And it'll be a nice green colour once I add in the pandan, but alas, not today, not today. I don't even think it's all gonna fit in this small bowl. I'm gonna have to mix it in the big metal bowl so you guys won't be able to see. But I'll show you the finished product anyway. And that's all we want, right? We want to know how crunchy. Oh, half a cup of water. Half a cup of water. Can't forget that. I don't have a cup measure. I'm gonna put about 120. Actually, I'm gonna put 70. Okay. 70 mils of water, and then tomorrow I'll mix the pandan extract with another 50 milliliters. Can you remind me? Thanks. Of water so that it can blend in more easily, because from memory pandan extract is quite thick. So yes, we're going to quickly mix this in. Mix to the flour mixture. Ooh, a bit of lumpy lumps in there. Let me get those out. I feel like there's a few lumps. Put this down so I can mix it a bit more. Yes, it said be careful not to over mix the batter. So I will be careful not to over mix the batter. Transfer this spoon to this bowl, and hopefully we will have chewy waffles tomorrow. So I'm just going to peel the eggs behind me for the potato salad. It's all about the multitasking, right? And then I think that'll be it. All the preparations for tomorrow. Oh, don't over mix it. Alright, I'm going to mix it a bit more tomorrow anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. Put it in the fridge later. This is what the soup looks like when it's done. We've already taken a bit out for our dinners, but it's nice and clear, and I really like the slow cooker function for making soups. I feel like the broth just comes out tastier. And here's the final result with the noodles and the bok choy, and also some frozen wontons that we had in the freezer from Aldi. So it was really hearty, really nice, warming dinner. And here is the salads the next day. Hubby made an egg salad and a green salad. And here are some of the leftovers, because that's how life is, isn't it, with kids? And it was very tasty. And of course, here is a little clip of the desserts. Pandan waffles, I'm not sure if I would do them again. I think there's a learning curve. We'll get back to you on that. Thank you for spending this time today with me in the kitchen. I really appreciate it. I know it was probably a long video, but I hope you learned some things, and it was interesting to you as well how much we spend on a homemade dinner and when we're entertaining guests for lunch with a barbecue lunch. I think we could even make it a little bit easier in the back pocket, a little bit cheaper if we didn't do a barbecue, because there's, I guess, more protein. But then again, we chose the more affordable option with the chicken wings and the sausages. So yeah, I'll let you know what the total for lunch was with our friends. So it's our family and another family, so 4 adults and 4 kids in total. So we spent this much. And for dinner, which was easy, leftovers in the fridge, we spent about this much. And yeah, let me know if you try any of the recipes. Let me know if you know the key to crispy waffles, because I would love to know that. And let me know, maybe let me know what you're having for dinner tonight if you got this far. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.